Yo, what's going on guys, Dewobs here, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today we have some new leaks for Season 5 of Marvel Rivals. First of all, we have the Season 5 theme and an opening description for Season 5, and that does indeed link to two of the leaked heroes we know are coming. And then we have a new leak in-game right now that suggests potentially the next map, and we have tons of lore for the next map in Marvel Rivals that we're going to go through. So definitely make sure you watch this one to the end because there's actually so much that's already revealed to us and I've linked everything together. So first of all, XOX Leak did post the Season 5 text string that they found in the game files. And this is a bit of an introduction to Season 5 and it kind of gives us that theme of love and romance that we did get leaked a while ago. So here is what the text string says for Season 5. Countless legends have been weaved across the time stream entanglement, but love is surely the most moving chapter of them all. Like the stars in the night sky, it silently guides hearts home, adding a gentle tether even amid the fiercest battles. This moment of peace is precious because of love, infusing your legendary saga with an eternal touch of romance. A little bit corny, but right there, it shows the Season 5 theme is indeed meant to be surrounding this eternal touch of romance. And that obviously goes on to lead to our two leaked heroes, Gambit and Rogue. I think it's safe to say now, without a doubt, that Gambit and Rogue are both the new heroes coming in Season 5. First of all, Gambit and Rogue are of course married, and that does match with the Season 5 theme of romance. And we have voice lines for these heroes already that also show they are married in the Marvel Rivals lore.
I am happy that you and Remy have chosen to fully embrace your love. You would use Rogue's engagement ring to run from a battle. That's low. Even for you.
That ring of yours. The gem looks familiar.
So Gambit and Rogue are coming, and we've already had the teaser in-game as well. With this gallery card in Season 4, we have a letter from the Grandmaster written to Shou Lao, and at the very end, it teases Gambit and Rogue, because in the preview image on the Battle Pass, it literally explicitly says that all it takes is for the perfect Gambit to completely unravel. So literally stating the word Gambit, clearly teasing Gambit for next season. And in the actual readable gallery card story, he says to Shou Lao, and if you play your cards right, and they don't drain every last bit of your life force, I may make an appearance at your next tournament myself. So once again, play your cards right is a teaser for Gambit, who uses kinetic energy cards, and draining every last bit of your life force is a hint to Rogue, as her power is absorbing people's life forces and stealing their ability. Now this lore between the Grandmaster and Rogue and Gambit actually does tell us about the next map, which we'll get into. But first, we just got a huge leak that also teases the next map in Marvel Rivals, and that is in the trailer for the brand new Spider-Man Man-Spider skin that's coming on Halloween. The skin background clearly shows that it's part of a new skin theme, and it shows this logo right here, which shows some kind of skyline in the background. While some members in the Rivals League Discord noticed that this skyline right here is actually the Collector's theme park. So you can clearly see it is the Collector's Fortress, and we already know that the Collector's theme park is an upcoming map. And the fact that Marvel Rivals is releasing new skins with the Collector theme is a very good teaser for the next map. So what is the Collector's theme park? Because there's actually already tons of lore in-game that tells us exactly what this map is. It tells us some very key elements of this map, like different areas, which could be individual maps. So the Collector is one of the elders of the universe, and at his theme park, he holds prisoners from all across the universe and timelines captive in glass enclosures like zoo animals for people to view. And in Marvel Rivals, Mantis, Psylocke, and Jeff the Landshark were all held captive in the Collector's theme park after the time stream entanglement. And from all three of these in-game lore stories, we find out quite a lot about the Collector's theme park. First of all, here are all the different areas that are described to us. First up, we have the Menagerie. This is the main area where beings from all across the universe and timelines are being held as prisoners in glass boxes like zoo animals. Another area of the Collector's theme park is the Garden. Here, there are still prisoners being held in glass boxes, but there's also huge varieties of alien plant species that the Collector finds interesting that grow all over the boxes, and this sounds like it would be a really good part of the map. Going through the garden area, a bit of a change of scenery, crazy alien plants all over the place. You're already starting to paint a picture of this map. Next up, we have the arena. This is where the Collector's prisoners are forced to fight multi-dimensional variants of themselves. In fact, in the Mantis lore, she actually gets sent to the arena and has to fight herself. Because the Collector doesn't want duplicates for his exhibition, instead he hosts these battles where they fight themselves for huge crowds to watch for their own entertainment. And then the final area of the Collector's theme park that's mentioned to us is the Collector's private gallery. This is where the Elder gathers some of the most powerful items and artifacts in all of existence and displays them for his wealthiest patrons to gaze upon. Here there was artifacts like the Infinity Stones, the Tesseract, and the Crimson Gem of Sitarak. Now in the lore, Jeff the Landshark actually ate all of those artifacts, which is pretty funny. So those are 4 key areas of the Collector's theme park that we already know about, all from the in-game lore. But why are the heroes going to go back to the Collector's theme park if they already escaped? Well, during their escape, they did manage to free a lot of the other creatures being held captive when Jeff swallowed a pin particle and became giant and then smashed a bunch of the enclosures, but they didn't have time to save everyone. And Mantis promised Jeff that they will return and save all the creatures and make the Collector pay for what he's done. In fact, Mantis says this in all 3 of the stories, so they've been setting up this storyline from the start. And we've even had a voice line in-game between Mantis and Rocket that literally told us all that they were going to be going to the Collector's theme park after the events on Clintar in Season 3. Take a listen.
Mantis, Pete just put Clintar on top of the list. How you holding up?
I can manage. Then we'll free everyone from the Collector's theme park, yes?
For what he did to you? I'll make that Flarkin Elder of the Universe regret even being born.
So it's been right in front of us all along. But how does this link to Season 5? Well, if we go back to the gallery card, the Grandmaster says that he wanted to attend the Shenlong tournament on Kunlun, but due to some recent unfortunate events that took place at a menagerie belonging to my fellow Elder of the Universe, the Collector, my schedule is unfortunately occupied for the time being. Because of this, I will not be able to attend your contest. So right now in the Marvel Rivals lore, something presumably chaotic is going on at the Collector's theme park at his menagerie, which is keeping the Grandmaster busy. And it's in this same letter where the Grandmaster clearly hinted at Gambit and Rogue. So what makes the most sense is that something's happening on the Collector's theme park and Gambit and Rogue are both involved. Most likely, the heroes, along with Gambit and Rogue, have returned to the Collector's theme park to set everyone free. There's also a very good chance that Gambit and Rogue could be directly tied to the theme park because they're actually just doing a heist, which they're known for, and they're just trying to steal things from the Collector's theme park, and that's how they tie into the lore. And those are the recent events the Grandmaster is on about, and then the rest of the heroes go to the Collector's theme park in order to free the other prisoners. So everything links Season 5 to Rogue, Gambit, and the Collector's theme park, and it's awesome that we already have such a big picture of this new map. Now, some other fun information is we did recently get leaked voice lines of Human Torch interacting with Howard the Duck. I'm going to play those voice lines for you now and then explain why I'm bringing this up.
Easy. We're up against some real heavy hitters. One wrong move and our goose is cooked. Either way, I bet you roast up real nice. Keep quacking and we'll find out soon enough.
Now, besides these voice lines, we don't have any evidence to believe that Howard the Duck is currently set to become a playable hero. And that's why I think Howard the Duck is actually just going to be an NPC that you can interact with, or potentially even the payload that you have to break free. And I think it would make sense for Howard the Duck to be part of the Collector's theme park map, as he could very well be one of the prisoners in the Collector's theme park. In fact, in the MCU, we did already see Howard the Duck being held prisoner by the Collector. So I think Marvel Rivals will definitely throw Howard the Duck into this map. And then finally, here's everything we know about Rogue and Gambit as playable heroes in the game. Now, these abilities were leaked quite a long time ago, so things certainly could have changed, but Marvel Rivals planned these things well in advance. So at the moment, Rogue is set to be a strategist, and I've heard a lot of people say they prefer her to be a Vanguard, but I still think she'd be a cool strategist, and her ability names in the files are these 5: Capacity Building, Ability to Draw, and then Ability Acquisition, Skill 1, 2, and 3. So it seems like she is able to steal people's abilities, which makes sense, and potentially even up to 3 abilities, which I don't know how that would work in the game. I feel like that would be pretty chaotic, like a crazy version of Loki, but mix and match a bunch of different heroes rather than just one. So I cannot wait to see how that turns out. And then we have Gambit, who is leaked to be a duelist, so yes, it looks like we are getting another duelist, but honestly, if it's paired with a Vanguard or strategist, I'm happy either way. And his abilities are the Kinetic Energy card, most likely his primary fire, then Energy Accumulation, which sounds like it's going to be his passive, where he has to build up kinetic energy to then maybe deal some explosive damage, maybe once it hits 100, all his energy cards blow up. And then we have the node card array projection and node card array recycling. Again, not too sure what those are, probably just linked to the primary fire. So there we go. That is a huge breakdown of what we know so far about Season 5. Obviously, take leaks with a pinch of salt. Things could certainly change, but a lot of this information actually comes from the in-game lore and in-game teasers, and I've just pieced them together. So I'm 99% certain that the Collector's Theme Park is coming in Season 5 with Rogue and Gambit. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know if there's any more Marvel Rivals lore that you think connects to all of this, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.